Thank you. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Sure.
Classy.
That way just a little bit. There you go. Thank you so much. Ready? 1, 2, and 3. Hold it.
Classy.
1, 2, and 3.
Look at that kid on the left.
Thank you.
That's Deb Fischer's husband refusing to shake Kamala's hand. And that dollar store Mitch McConnell, isn't that what he looks like? A knockoff of Mitch McConnell? That's Deb Fischer's husband. Deb Fischer is the new senator from Nebraska. And I wish I could say I expect more from Nebraska, but those words, in that order, that sentence has literally never been said before in the history of mankind. In fact, North Dakota's state motto is, hey, at least we're not Nebraska. And honestly, anyone's surprised that a chud, and just judging by their inbred 35-year-old son next to them. You know, a chud whose family tree is a wreath. Anyone's surprised that this coward who stares at his feet, twiddling his thumbs, because he can't bear the thought of shaking hands with a black woman who had the audacity to think that she could become president. Anyone surprised that he would fail to show even an ounce of respect, an ounce of class, hasn't paid attention to this Republican fascist party for the last 40 years.
Trump is the new Adolf.
Welcome to the Chud Report. I'm your host, MJ. If it's your first time here, you like this video, hit that subscribe button. We usually do a longer video on Sunday, so make sure you tune into that. We have a new sponsor, but I'm not going to use them on this video, right? I don't think it's a good start to a relationship with a sponsor to put their ad in a video where I start off by calling someone inbred. I mean, unless that sponsor was Ancestry.com, then I could tie it in, right? Then we'd have a segue. This dude right here could send to Ancestry.com. Am I inbred? Here, use this mouth swab. Send it in. Send it in. Yes, you are. Yes, you are, sir. I thought it took like 48 hours for you to get back to me. Oh, it usually does, but we saw a picture of you. You are inbred. Ancestry.com. Sponsor me. And yesterday or today, depending on how long it takes me to edit this video, was January 6th, right? And we had a plan on this show, me and my buddy. We were going to head out there. We had the plane tickets already bought. We had a hotel room booked. I bought a new camera. I bought some of those cool little interview mics for people. But once old fascist McGee won again, I mean, well, what else was there going to do? What were we going to do today? We were going to go out to Washington, D.C. Nothing was going to happen. All that would have happened is I would be making my friend cold. It sounds like they got an inch of snow. Right? Maybe I've been in California too long. My Utah roots are gone. They got an inch of snow. And if you don't know what an inch of snow looks like, it's not that much. If you need to visualize it, I don't know, picture Donald Trump laying down naked, fully aroused. Now pan down. That's an inch. That's 1 inch. And I'm sorry for putting that image in your mind. But hey, if Swedish penis pumps are also a sponsor, if that's still a thing, sponsor me. I'll do that too. And speaking of mental illness, speaking of an inch of snow, apparently those two things were just too much for Congresswoman Nancy Mace here, right? What'd she say? Come hell or high water. We are here to certify President Trump's election victory today. You can see the snow behind her. It's already cleaned up. Come hell or high water. We will not let them steal the election from President Donald J. Trump. Yeah, let's go back to that tweet. I don't see anyone behind her. I don't see a violent mob. Who's going to steal the election from Donald Trump? That inch of snow? We will not let them steal this election from Donald Trump. We are ready. We are prepared. We have snow blowers ready. If there's a snowblower sponsor out there, I can plug you in right now too. That's 3 sponsors I could have right now. We won't let the snow take this election from Donald Trump. Snow might eventually take Donald Trump Jr. Yeah, right. Snow might one day take Donald Trump Jr. off of this planet, but not Donald Trump Sr. That's going to be a cheeseburger.
It was obviously a very important day, and it
was about what should be the norm and what the American people should be able to take for granted, which is that one of the most important pillars of our democracy is that there will be a peaceful transfer of power. And today, I did what I have done my entire career, which is take seriously the oath that I have taken many times to support and defend the Constitution of the United States, which included today performing my constitutional duties to ensure that the people of America, the voters of America, will have their votes counted, that those votes matter, and that they will determine then the outcome of an election. I do believe very strongly
Two very different parties.
that America's democracy is only as strong as our willingness to fight for it. Every single person, their willingness to fight for and respect the importance of our democracy. Otherwise, it is very fragile, and it will not be able to withstand moments of crisis. And today, America's democracy stood.
Today, America's democracy stood. There's one reason she has to come out and give a speech like this. I've never seen a speech like this in my entire life on January 6th, right? There's one reason, and that is because only one party in this country understands the stakes, the histories, and the traditions that allow this democratic republic to exist. It goes without saying that this is not sustainable, right? We can't continue on this path with these two parties. You know, look at Mike Johnson behind her with that smirmy grin on his face, right? The way the party that attempted a coup in 4 years ago, it was just 4 years ago, they attempted to overthrow the government on this very day. And now, here, listen to him.
Is as follows. The whole number of the electors appointed to vote for President of the United States is 538. Within that whole number, the majority is 270. The votes for President of the United States are as follows. Donald J. Trump of the state of Florida has received 312 votes. Kamala D. Harris
See? Took a lot of courage when she was doing. Look at her. Oh yeah, when we win, the game's not rigged. Oh, we'll cheer. Woo! Woo! But when we lose, you know, of course the Democrats stand up and cheer for her. That's a whole other thing. The dichotomy of these past two elections. Even the slowest person out there can see what's happening, right? There's one party. There's only one party in this democratic republic that still believes in democracy, that still believes in the transfer of power. You see them when they win. Woo! If they don't win, what are they doing? They're taking a shit in Nancy Pelosi's office. I'm honestly just sitting here wondering how long they expect us to play by the rules. When every step of the way, whether it's the debt ceiling crises we have all the time, these stupid games they play with the border, or even this. I wonder how much longer. How much longer do you guys want to play by these same rules? It's like a boxing match where you're not allowed to hit below the waist. You're not allowed to do any of that. But your opponent just gets down on their knees and repeatedly punches you in the balls for the full 12 rounds. And when you fall over in pain, they count you out. How much longer do you guys want to play this game? And just saying this out loud, I know some person on the left is probably out there still upset, typing out a comment about how I inferred that guy at the first was inbred. How could you say he's inbred? That's ableism or whatever. Why would you make fun of that racist son, right? From Nebraska, who refused to shake the black woman's hand. What are you doing? You're an ableist. And I mean, that's part of the problem. That's part of the problem with doing this. Is a bunch of people on the left like to pick fights with other people on the left because we play by the same rules as them, right? We don't just shun them off, call them slurs, dismiss them. We actually engage with them so they come after. They know if they say this stuff to anyone on the right, it's a losing battle for them. But to those people, this is who you're up against. The chud that posted that video not shaking hands with Kamala. Right? The video we showed at the first. That chud who posted that. You know, it's this guy. He didn't post it in a positive way. He celebrated it. Any other time in history, someone pulling a stunt like that would be shunned, right? It would get negative press. You're so petty. Who is this guy from Nebraska think he is? But this Paul A. Sizpula. I can't even keep up with all these right-wingers anymore, right? And a new one pops up every day, like a new mole on Lindsey Graham's ass. You know what I mean? Being a right-wing influencer must honestly be the easiest job in the world. You wake up, you make up some crazy conspiracy theories, you send them out to the dummies circle them around, they send them to your video because you're the one who came up with the conspiracy theory, and then you just feed their victim complex. The next day you wake up and do the same thing. And Nancy Mace, she'll say, oh my God, we're going to get through this no matter how much snow there is. It must be the easiest thing in the world for... What's this guy? Why is his handle Bubble Bath Girl? So obviously Bubble Bath Girl, Paul, I don't know. Pronoun check, I don't know. He says, I wouldn't even look at Kamala. Although he'd say Kamala's or whatever they try to always say her name wrong. I actually said her name wrong on accident, but I still got flack for it. I wouldn't even look at Kamala. She deserves to be in jail for the rest of her life. What? What did she do to be in jail for the rest of her life? Did she steal classified documents? Did she defraud New York out of $500 million? Did she digitally rape Eugene Carroll? Why's Kamala gotta go to jail from Bubble Bath Girl here? I mean, obviously he's working through some of his own issues. I bet he's got a lot of bubble bath in that closet, and I bet that closet is deep. At the end of the day, Kamala, she handled this with grace.
Kamala D. Harris of the state of California has received 226 votes.
Okay. That's good. They should cheer. They cheered Trump. I know. I get it. But in some ways, cheering a little too hard when you lose. I mean, I get why they're doing it, and I get they should do it. But cheering when you lose the popular vote for the first time in 20 years, it just feels like, they're just cheering the effort. Good try. They're patting themselves on the back for trying. You know what I mean? The Republican Party didn't cheer when they read Donald Trump's votes. No, what they do, like I said, they broke in, they beat some cops up. Took a shit in Nancy Pelosi's office. Took her laptop. My in-laws gave me Nancy Pelosi's laptop as a gift for my birthday in 2021. How'd you get this? Don't ask. I get why they're cheering. It's fine they're cheering. I'm just saying, I feel like the Democratic Party is playing chess, while the Republican Party is playing that game that you play with the monkey at the zoo, where he takes shit, he throws it at you, and he tries to see how much he can get through the bars, right? I think the game's called, monkey shit. I don't know. I'd have to ask this lady. She plays it all the time. But the purpose of chess is to try to outsmart your opponent, to try to be the smartest person in the room. The monkey throwing poop at you game, the only way you win that game is by not getting an overwhelming amount of monkey shit on you. So much so that you have to leave the zoo and go home. Do you understand what I'm saying? I know it's a little bit of a stretch of a metaphor. But, that's how I feel. And in my estimation, the people who are not Republicans, people who might even call themselves, the opposition to this new administration, regime, I just feel like inside me, and I hope I'm wrong, I hope I'm proved wrong, but I just feel like, especially the Democratic Party, are just not ready. They're just not ready for the mud fight, for the monkey shit fight that's going to be the next 4 years. The Chud Report. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. It was a shorter episode. I want to put something up for January 6th, though, I felt like I should have been there. But, like I said, I would have just turned into this lady, right? They would have got a picture of me, and I would have become a meme for life. So it's better this way. Maybe we'll go on January 6th in 2020. Oh my God. 2029. It's going to be going to be that long. Okay, well, that's depressing. Make sure you tune into the channel. Make sure you like and subscribe. The Chud Report.
And they lied when they said they wanted a smooth and peaceful transition. That was a lie, because what they're doing, throwing everything in Donald Trump's way, trying to thwart the will of the American people and the mandate they sent out on November 5th is absolutely disgraceful. But it is the only thing the Democrats know how to do.